going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Hey, that's a good thing, catastrophe. And they're all blind. Oh, yes, perfect. Save. So I believe that's the end of the Virtuous mission, which is sort of the prologue to the game, I guess. Oh, looks like my date on my system is off by a little over a month. It's kind of interesting. I have a feeling I know why that is. Probably from the last time I played this game. Oh, here we go. So this is the theme of Metal Gear Solid 3.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill, I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Someday you go through the rain, and someday you'll feed on a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we see new light, I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
Alright, so that was glorious. I'm glad Chaotic Clutch was following along with the lyrics.
Currently flying over the Arctic Ocean, altitude 30,000 feet, approaching Soviet airspace. Arriving at the designated drone launch point. Drone oil pressure and voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze system shows no problems.
You have to have stuff before the actual
systems
intro,
go for drone
Snowflake. Oh, it's like any movie. You'll have, well, not every, but you'll some have a little bit of stuff in advance.
Gotten tighter since we were last here.
That was just the
Can't
prologue.
get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad.
So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Yeah, it's a prologue. That was like the introduction to the game.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you today,
All those
Jack, it's
subtle
time for Fox to
hints.
clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited.
Yes, this is the start of Metal
Yeah.
Gear Solid 3.
Have a cigar. It's Cuban.
So yeah, I started like at 9 o'clock 2 hours ago. About.
This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
They decided when they're going to execute us?
No. Something even bigger. Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
President Johnson?
Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB-754,
This is like
was
a month later,
destroyed in a
catastrophe. So
nuclear explosion. At about the same time, our
This is essentially
anti-aircraft radar
the beginning of a
got
second mission.
signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft. Does any of this sound familiar to you?
and don't worry, the
Retaliation,
plots
I
of
have
Metal Gear
placed
Solid
our
games
armed
are
forces on secondary
generally
cover.
considered to be somewhat confusing.
Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my power is not as great as it once was.
I mean, it's translated from Japanese, but I think the translators kind of add some extra stuff in there too.
Cooperation.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
No.
So you haven't heard that. The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel.
There was
by the name
essentially
of
a
Yevgeny
prologue
Borosovich Volgin.
mission
Volgin.
that ended up taking me like 2 hours,
Faction.
and so now we're actually
Go on.
into
Who's
the
the
intro
soldier?
to
Her
the remainder
name
of the
is
game.
Boss.
That was just like the
She's a living
title
legend.
screen, essentially.
During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
You mean the boss? The mother of your special forces?
Yes, that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells.
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago. Serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped
Yeah, no,
out.
it wasn't just like a
Full
2-hour
air.
cutscene up to this point.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, The boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military research facility, was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in a violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once, and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government. You have 1 week. You must catch the boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device.
So there's our objective.
Then,
for now, at least.
you must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove our innocence.
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
The boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my government. 1 week. You have only 1 week. And if it is not too much to ask, do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued
There's
relationship.
certainly plenty of plot.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Then I will be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
I leave the disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal.
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
Right. The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off. You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
The KGB has promised to lend us one of their communications satellites so that you and I can talk to each other.
That's it?
They've also put us in touch with a couple of insiders.
Insiders?
There was a defection in September 1960. You remember it?
You mean the 2 NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, they've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eva. I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Volgin's ranks. We've also arranged for him to provide you with an escape route. You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Fuck. I put down my controller. Rumble's on the desk. Yeah, I think Ryan said that he was gonna do a chill stream tomorrow.
Control. Unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet. It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
I hope he doesn't post early when he is going to do that stream though, because I don't know, if possible, I'd like to do more streaming of this. but there's looking to be so many other streams this week that I just want to be able to find time that's not interfering with anything else. I'm sorry, my boy. I'm kind of far away. I was leaning away from the mic. So there's so many streams that are going on this week. At least during the points when I'd be able to be streaming. That I'm hoping he says when he'll be streaming with some advance notice, so that I can sort of figure out what times I would be able to do stuff as well without interfering with anyone else's.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Loud and clear.
I've got my cursor on.
Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time. Rescue Sokolov. Find out what's happened to the Shagohod, then destroy it. And finally, eliminate the boss.
Eliminate the boss?
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snake Eater.
Because I'll be taking on the boss of the Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volgin.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request? What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the Colonel and his faction?
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange, then that's what we'll do.
And what are the CIA's demands?
Our priorities are the rescue of Sokolov and the destruction of the Shagohod.
Roger that, Major Tom.
Hold on, Snake.
What now?
I'm changing my codename. It turns out Tom wasn't the most auspicious choice.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my codename, I picked the wrong one.
The wrong one?
Did you ever see the movie The Great Escape? Came out last year.
Oh, must have missed that one.
Anyway, it's based on a true story about prisoners who escaped from a POW camp in Nazi Germany. The prisoners dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan, but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the last remaining tunnel. The names of those 3 tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
I get it. You used the name of the tunnel they escaped in as your code name because you thought it would bring you good luck.
Yes, that's exactly right. At least, that was the plan.
But
I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky tunnels. It was discovered by the Nazis before it was finished.
I should send Ryan a tweet
I watched
and
the movie again just to make
see if
sure.
he has any
In fact,
rough
I even
idea,
ordered the
because
actual film from the
he
movie
does seem to
company.
actually see my tweets.
yeah, it doesn't
so that's
sound like the
okay.
greatest name to use. So what should I call you?
You know, let's just use Zero, like we've been doing all along.
All right then. Major Zero it is. We'll start over from square one.
From square zero. My
Is it
frequency?
like Birds and Stuff Catastrophe?
140.85.
Because that's in the background of the game.
Oh, I almost forgot. Paramedic is with us again on this mission.
Is this her last chance too?
If we fail, she'll
Harry,
have her
Dick,
medical
and
license
Tom.
revoked. It's more or less the same kind of fate. Her frequency is the same as during the Virtuous mission, 145.73. She'll be recording your mission data as well, just like the last time. That frequency is also the same, 140.96. And there's one more person on your support team. His name is Mr. Sigint. He's an expert on the latest in weapons and equipment technology. You'll be going up against some of the world's most advanced weaponry when you infiltrate the research facility. If you have any questions, just ask him. His frequency is 148.41.
Mr. Sigint. Got it.
Adam, your KGB contact,
Man,
is waiting for you
stop
at the
talking,
abandoned
please.
factory up ahead.
The same factory Sokolov was being held in last week.
Yes, meet up with Adam first. He's cleared the way for you to rescue Sokolov.
How will I know this Adam guy when I see him?
You'll know once you reach the factory. The whole area's been polluted by the fallout from that nuclear blast. No one else would dare come close. The password is, "Who are the Patriots?" and "Lali Lule Lo."
Lalilulelo.
Gotcha.
You've been equipped with a 45 for this mission. Be careful, it's noisy.
I thought standard Fox procedure was procure on-site weapons acquisition.
The circumstances are different this time. You're now on an official mission for the United States government. It will be necessary to make your presence known to a certain extent to the Khrushchev regime.
I think this is like a week later.
Remember, this is still a sneaking
Defective
mission.
mirror. Deceptive
Snake,
mirror.
If you fail this mission, it will mean an all-out nuclear war. Keep that in mind and proceed with extreme caution.
Understood. Commencing Operation Snake Eater.
Okay, so I don't want to stream too much longer because I do need to get to sleep. But what I will do. Oh, actually, can I do it from there? No. I'll save the game.
Paramedic.
Snake, it's so good to hear from you again.
Same here. It's been a week, hasn't
Yeah, it's been a week.
4
so
days, actually.
Huh.
I visited
it
you
made
the
sense
last
in that
time.
context,
I
though,
was
because
still unconscious, though.
you said how long after the boss
Then you
defecting
must
is this
have
mirror?
seen
Mission.
Yeah,
Wow.
But you were all wrapped up in bandages and
And
tubes,
defecting
so I
is
couldn't
right
do it.
under deceptive. So
Better luck
defective
next time.
mirror.
Let's hope so. But seriously, don't forget that you were like that until just yesterday. In fact, you really shouldn't even be on this mission. Keep an eye on your stamina gauge. If you start to run low, don't push yourself. Eat
Catastrophe.
something
Is
to
it like
replenish your
a
stamina.
owl noise?
And try
'Cause
not
there are
to get
owls.
yourself hurt. If you're wounded or get bitten by a venomous animal, go into the survival viewer immediately and treat yourself using Cure.
Yeah. I can see you still know how to nag.
You're welcome. And I can see you still don't know when to keep your mouth shut.
Maybe so. By the way, I heard you're going to lose your medical license if this mission fails.
Yes, there was talk of that, but the mission won't fail, will it?
Of course not.
Good. I believe in you. But you know what? I really don't care about my medical license.
Didn't they use that to force you to participate in this operation?
No, I volunteered.
Why?
So that I could watch over you.
So it was
Snake,
the owl
you're
noise?
the best agent I've ever seen. But
I
you
just
push
want to
yourself
save
too
my
hard.
damn
You're
game.
reckless.
Come on.
Someone has to stop you from getting into trouble, to make sure you and each other. So that's why I volunteered. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better guardian angel than me, right?
Thanks.
Stop right there.
Huh?
You can thank me when you get back.
All right.
Not as many as Australia. Does your neighbor sob a lot? I assume that's your stalker neighbor that sobs.
Okay, good luck, Snake.
Thanks.
Okay. So what I want to do is I want to... Okay, there must be a way to do this. I want to quit back to the main menu. And go to the... I did save, right? Yeah, I definitely saved. Maybe it's from options. There must be a way to quit back to the main menu. Maybe not. Alright, well, I'll just reset the system. I think I can show you that cutscene just to see if we missed anything important. I don't think there was much. I think basically just the boss kidnapped Sokolov and threw him into the helicopter, but... Okay, so... Come on. So yeah, technically I am playing actually Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence rather than Snake Eater, which was just like a later release. I thought this was just Snake Eater. This copy that I've got is from one of these collections of Metal Gear Solid games, and it's only got one disc, so I thought, oh, can I not?
Jack, I've got some important news.
Oh, can I not just do the, Yeah, I'm just... Maybe I can't even, I might not even be able to actually show that video. Maybe you can't do that until after you finish the game. No, apparently not. Okay, yeah, so this is actually back where we are. So I can't actually show that video. So not the end of the world. Just pretend the boss captured Sokolov, threw him in a helicopter. I'll see if I can find a link on YouTube, and I'll send a tweet with it. We're winding down. We finished the prologue mission after about 2 hours, and then we watched the intro to the game and the briefing for the remainder of the game, essentially. As long as we're winding one way or the other. Yeah, it's almost 11:30 here now, so I need to start getting ready to sleep. So, all right. I will see what the schedule is for streams coming up this week, and I'll send something out saying when I'm going to actually stream beyond that. So yeah, just say, oh, thanks for the stream, like partway through. Keep the music box wound? Oh, wound. Sorry. Yeah. All right. So I'll stop now, and I will tweet when I am going to stream next, and I'll do my best to update the stream title in advance to give a very definitive time of when I'm actually going to be streaming. And yeah, so that's that. Good night, everyone. Turn that off and turn off OBS. So we got, actually that was pretty good. We got through the prologue, so that's a pretty logical stopping point anyway. All right. Good night.